All right. So, right now, I would like to introduce today's guest, who is a key online figure here in Australia for the religion and philosophy known as Dudeism. Our guest has been an ordained Dudeist priest since 2008, and he is the creator and admin of the Dudeism Australia Facebook page. Everybody give a warm welcome to Russell Arrowsmith. Thanks for joining us on the Faith from Fiction podcast. How are you today, Russell?
I'm good, man. I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent. So let's first things first. Let's treat this as if the people listening have no idea what Dudeism is. Could you just maybe give a little explanation of what Dudeism is for us, Russell?
Yeah. Dudeism is the philosophy that was sort of spawned from a movie by the Coen brothers called The Big Lebowski. It came out in 1998 and centers around a character called the Dude. And obviously, the Dude has a story in the movie, and he goes through and gets into some capers, I guess you'd say. But the philosophy spawned from the vibe and the energy of this character. It resonated with so many people that this natural organic thing just spawned from it, and step by very incremental, very slow step, a religion has formed from it. A religion that is sort of self-labeled as the world's slowest growing religion.
Excellent.
And yeah, essentially Judaism is somewhat of an extension of the Eastern philosophies of Buddha and Taoism. It's a very passive philosophy,
Hmm.
and it's wide to take it easy. Um, things happen in your life, don't stress about it. Essentially, is what it comes to. And we get to experience that through the story of the Dude, which is an incredible story.
It is. It is. It's a very interesting iconography to build a religion off of, but that's what this podcast is all about. Is religions
Have
and
you seen
philosophies.
have you seen the movie?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, of course. I watched it earlier this year and I had the strong inclination to it was around this time last year, actually, around this exact time. I was hanging out with my girlfriend and we were watching The Big Lebowski and we had the inclination to order a bottle of Kahlua and have a couple of White Russians that night just to relax.
That's
Very
exactly.
good. Yes, on brand. I love it. I love it. Um, so you've told me that in a little bit of our email, in our correspondence back and forth while trying to coordinate this interview, that you first time you saw the Big Lebowski was your mother found a VHS of it. What year did you first get that VHS? And did you, upon watching it, did you immediately feel this strong affinity with the character, the dude?
Oh no.
Okay.
She would have gotten it. It came out in VHS. The movie came out in Australia in '98,
Hmm.
so '99, 2000, I would say. Had the VHS. I watched it probably twice, and I'm like,
Hmm.
it's a good movie,
Yeah.
and that was it. And then I watched it a third time, and just something clicked, and I'm like, I really the dude is more than just a character. There's something there, and I just kept watching it, just kept watching it, just kept watching it and watching it and watching it. I watched it every Sunday morning. I'd watch it on a
You watched it
put it
every
on.
every Sunday morning religiously, interestingly, and this.
Yeah, yes.
So
Yeah.
you've also told me that you've seen The Big Lebowski over 200 times, right, Russell? Which is
Yeah.
freaking incredible. Um, and
I
you
have
were
an audio version of it that I listen to if I can't watch it. It's just a thing.
wow.
It's
Okay, I love that. So you were watching it religiously. I just find it interesting. You were watching it on the Lord's Day on Sunday morning, every morning, where most people are going to church. And we'll get into a little bit about church and things like that in a minute. But you were watching it religiously. and ritually watching it, right?
Mm, mm.
Before you even knew there was a religion or philosophy based on it. Is that
Yeah,
correct? That's
that the
interesting. That's fucking interesting, man. That's very interesting.
the I can't tell you how natural it was. Like it was just a step after step after step. I was doing well by the time I discovered Dudeism, I was already doing the things that was described
Yeah.
on the website. That's why it clicked with me. And I'm like, wow, this is I'm I know this suits me because I'm already doing this.
Yeah. Yeah,
It,
it was
it,
just it was confirming things that were already floating around in your consciousness. Basically, you were like, "Oh, I can pin it down now. Here's the thing that I can nail it down
absolutely,
with." Yeah, it's funny how that
absolutely.
happens. It does happen like that when you're on the path to finding religion or spirituality or atheism or whatever the certain paths are for different people. Um, it's a
As
that's
much
a sorry, what were you
Sorry,
gonna say?
as much as people talk about the search for spirituality and looking for those answers, I really do think that when people find those answers, as they say, it finds them
Yeah,
in a way. Like
yeah. With a
it,
it's a
it
synchronicity of sorts.
mm, I think just dovetails together and it
Yeah,
just fits.
the universe unfolding as it should. So you've seen it 200 times, over 200 times. Russell, how many times do you think you will see the Big Lebowski over the whole course of your lifetime? What's your prediction? How many times
Oh,
do you still watch it a lot now, or
I watch it less. I'm married now and I have a daughter,
Mhm.
so I will watch it 200 times, but my family are less enthusiastic about those high tallies. That said, though, I still put it on and it still gets watched. Like I may not watch it to the level that I was,
Mhm.
um, but I'm gonna probably put another zero on that before my life is over.
Yeah,
It's my thing, you know.
I love that, dude. I love that. Um, so after watching it that many times, was there anything that you notice, any like little Easter eggs? I mean, like one thing that I have noticed is that the bowling team, the dudes bowling team, they always bowl on lane 23. Did you notice anything like that? Did you notice the lane 23 thing or anything similar after watching it so many
There's
times?
for a movie that's set around bowling and the main character being a bowler, you actually never see him bowl.
Hmm,
Um, there, there's a lot of
okay.
there's, there's a million things about it in how it presents itself. The Coen brothers put 100 million different things. They build their worlds around the worlds around them and what they see. So everything is it's I see that movie as almost like an art gallery in how the influences, the
Yes, yes.
cultural sort of reflection
Yeah.
of of the times and the people in it and what they represent. And there's I don't look too much in the symbolism of things because that almost feels superstitious to me. But I do like when you watch the characters and all the characters in these movies, and it's a Coen brothers trait, they take themselves extraordinarily seriously in a situation that the directors want the audience to not take seriously.
Yes,
And
yes, yes,
for me,
absolutely.
there's a sense in that in I feel that in Buddhist teachings, in Taoist teachings, even in Christian with Jesus and what he was sort of about and what he was trying to teach is as much as you can take yourself and the world around you extremely seriously, it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's
Mm,
it's not meant to be treated like a life or death situation. It's a life situation,
mhm.
and that the dude's ability to exist in these like he's surrounded by cops and kidnappers and people with guns totally calm.
Mhm.
He's in his he's has goons who are physically assaulting him, calm as a cucumber.
Yeah.
That he doesn't, the world doesn't rattle him. There's some bits where you can feel the dude is worn down and life sort of affects him,
Hmm.
particularly with the toe. But he's got his people around him. His Walters. There's forget about the fucking toe. Like there's always that. He's always found the way he conducts himself centers himself. He does the tai chi. He does the movements. He has his drink. He
Yeah. Yeah.
finds
Yeah.
his environment. He finds a white Russian wherever he is,
Yeah.
and there's something in that.
There
Find the
is.
white Russian in any situation that you have, and at least you'll have a beverage, man. Like then that helps you with your situation, and then you've got your thing. There's
That's cool. It
there's,
is. It
there's
is. It is very much like Taoism in that way, and like I can relate to Dudeism, as someone who's like my sort of worldview is like Gnosticism and a little bit of Albert Camus absurdism. So I can see that
mm,
how that would apply with this as well. Um,
absolutely yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I know that you discovered the religion Dudeism while looking for Big Lebowski merch. Could you tell us a little bit about that story and what were your initial like? Well, I know you've already said that like you immediately found you were like, this is me. I'm already doing these things. What was the sort of digital path? Like, what was the rabbit hole? Like, what were you clicking on that brought up Dudeism as well as the merch?
Well, on a technical thing, I think that was just what later became the algorithm. But
Yeah, right. Okay.
yeah, obviously being a big fan of the movie, my mother um, was thinking, what do I get this kid for
Yeah.
Christmas? And it was like, oh, he likes this movie. I'll see if they make T-shirts. And
Smart.
turns out they do. And she got them from a website that had a link to Dudeism.
Yep.
And when I went to look on, because when I got the shirt, I think it was, I wanted another one. Like I was like, what else do they have?
Hmm.
And I looked on it and I was like, what Dudeism? What's that? And I clicked on it. The web page opened up. The logo. I don't know if you guys have a picture of it, but it's the yin yang with the bowling ball holes.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen that. Yep.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, it's something clicked because I was reading the Tao Te Ching at the time.
Wow. So you were reading the Tao Te Ching and stumbled on Dudeism at the same time, and basically, so would it be fair to say that the Tao is it the Tao Te Dude, the
Dude,
Dudeism,
the Dude Te Ching
Dude Te Ching? Sorry. So would it
yeah.
be it would be fair to say that you were yeah, it put you exactly where you needed to be. You were already reading about Taoism and stumbled on the website and have already seen the Big Lebowski over 200 times. That feels like it was meant to be.
It, yeah, it just fell together. It
Yeah,
was, and it felt like a guiding hand.
yeah, yeah.
Felt that way, and
It definitely sounds
up
very synchronistic.
in that sort of excitement of it, like holy
Yeah,
crap, look at this.
yeah.
And so I got some books, got the Abide Guide and the Tao of the Dude and books
Amazing.
on the movies and
Well, that's what I wanted to ask too. Could you recommend some Dudeism books for anybody out there who's interested?
yes. So we have the Abide Guide here. This one
Okay.
is practical guide. This is Oliver Benjamin and Dwayne Utzi. These are the dudes, the dude with
Hmm.
armor and his dudeness.
Yep.
This would be my Dudeism for Dummies recommendation.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
there's also the Dude De Ching, which is a literal translation of the Tao Te Ching in a Dudist way. It has both the original text and the Dude version, and then like a footnotes underneath of basically what
Cool.
we're talking about essentially.
That's cool.
And they're going to give you the best steps into it. and
Hmm.
then everything else from that. And there's an entire the best part about it is the community. It
Yeah.
is the I'll, of course, read the books. That gives you your foundation. But once you've done that, I recommend watching the movie with your friends, getting online. The Reddit page is a surprisingly non-toxic area of Reddit.
Right.
The Facebook is even, there's Facebook is Facebook. It's full of ads and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
even the people within those communities, the the kind I think the best representation of Dudeism is the dudes and dudettes, the achievers, if you will. Proud we are of all of them. The way they express their love for the movie, the way they express their vibe of the dude, the way they embody that, to me, says more about Dudeism than any book can say. It's
Okay.
totally, they just, you're a kindred spirit. As soon as you see someone, we're all dressed up we've all got our dude shirts, we've all got our robes, we've all got our white Russians. And as soon as you see that and you connect across the room, it's phenomenal. It really is. It's a little bit of a shame that the we could use some more fellow dudists to help on a social level. We've had every year they have a Lebowski Fest in America, and that's been doing
Yes.
really.
Yeah.
There has been a similar version of that in Australia, but obviously it's a very expensive enterprise. So
Hmm.
um, getting that funded is a is one of those things, because when you try and live through Dudeism, I try to do it. I'm not interested in any business side of it. I'm
Hmm.
not. I don't want to do the content. I don't want to do that kind of business side of it. I think it's better just
Like
being.
the promotional, you don't want to make propaganda. You just want it to be like a vibe and like more of a communal thing.
I'm into the propaganda, so to speak, of it,
Yeah.
because I think the philosophy is a
Yeah.
worthy one.
I interviewed the Limber Mind. I don't know if you've seen his YouTube channel. He's the
No, no.
he's the Minister for Public Relations for the Church of the Latter-day Dude, and he wrote a book called The Incomplete Dudeist Priest Handbook.
Right, right.
And yeah, he was sort of on that side of. I was like, what are the rituals like? And he was very proud of the officiating. But Russell, there's something that you've gotten onto here that I'd like to pull on a little bit more. So, and this is why you're on the show too, because when I do this show, I like to interview somebody from overseas, internationally, but also what's it like for a Dudeist priest in Australia? How have your family and friends reacted? Have people been excited about it? Have you been alienated? Have people thought it's weird? And what's it like with other Dudeist priests in Australia? Have you gotten together with other Dudists and people that partake in Dudeism in this country? Have you gotten together? Is there a community
Uh,
in Australia?
yeah, there is a community. We have gotten together at various times, but the uh,
What kind of things do
sorry,
you do when you get together?
White Russians, bowling.
Yeah,
Uh, Essentially, the majority of the time is quoting the movie. I will be honest. It is a
sick.
nerd.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Me and my girlfriend would actually love that. I think that's great, man. Like, do you get together with other Dudists in Australia like yearly? Is it just do you know any other do you have a Dudist around you in Queensland? Because you're on the Gold Coast, right?
I have friends, and we do this stuff, and
Yeah.
it I'm looking in more. I am looking into more of the official side of it, to give it. The idea is to give it some legal legitimacy in Australia,
Yeah. Yeah.
to try and promote it as something that's a little bit more than just a fan club, which is essentially what it's looked at as.
In Australia, that's what it's looked at
Yeah.
as because yeah,
Um,
I have seen that it is we can't like do this priests aren't able to officiate weddings in any states here. And what
Yeah,
so you seem to be sort of a front runner for pushing Dudeism in this country. Like I haven't really come across anybody else, to be honest, Russell. You that's I don't know if you can if there's any other people who are trying to push Dudeism into the spotlight in Australia, or if it's just you at the moment.
I don't know that pushing's the best word for it.
Maybe not, but you want to you want to promulgate the philosophy and the religion to more of a wider audience.
Yeah, this is a more of an organic. It's like a more of a tree growing than a locust swarming. The whole
Yes.
idea of going viral is sort of almost counter to the ethos of Dudeism itself. It's a very passive, very it's a go with the flow kind of
Mm.
deal, and
Hmm.
I like that fact. I like the fact that there's not this bureaucratic power structure. Just
Absolutely, absolutely.
practical benefit to Dudeism for that.
So, what kind of things are you trying to do to move Dudeism forward in Australia? What other things like the legalities and getting it recognized? What does that look like? What do you have to undertake?
The thing with religion in Australia is you're pretty much free to have your beliefs and to have whatever faith you like. If you want it to be a legally recognized thing, there's a lot more. It's extremely bureaucratic, but it's also very business centric, I would say. You need a place of business, you need business statements, you need sort of like a kind of like a business plan. There's money involved and there's
Hmm.
the tax side of things. And I get it, the government's trying to, not make sure they're getting taken advantage of and make sure whatever gets created is legitimate. But
Hmm.
that you run into a few areas of that where it's like I could take it further in this direction, but to what end? We would have to raise money, and then there would be a minimum that Dudeism would have to kick into a kitty just to pay the licenses and things to
Right.
exist as an entity. And when you have an ethos that doesn't require that, you're kind of stuck in the middle going, what should we do in this instance?
Right.
So that's kind of the spot now with putting Dudeism, at least in Australia, in a more official kind of thing.
Right.
Um, it's almost hard sometimes to take it easy and to do all this paperwork. It's kind of very undued, as they would say.
Right.
So it's kind of a like, what do you want it to be?
Hmm.
And I do believe that what it is now is enough, and
Okay.
I'll always be proud of that, and I'll always be happy of that.
Yep.
But I don't see myself sitting here forever, leaving it be. I think I come back to it too often. I'm in it too much. I feel it too strongly
Yeah.
that to never ever have something like that.
Yep. Well,
But
that's
at the
cool.
same,
You might just need a bit of help, or like to maybe get together with some other dudes in Australia and see if you got a couple of heads together, it might be a bit,
many hands, man. Yeah, yeah, many hands.
like take a bit of the
Yeah.
weight off your shoulders, like.
Well, that may be what it takes, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to rally the troops, so to speak,
Right.
because I just
Well, they
fuck it,
they
man.
might they might see this and reach out to you. To
And
be
and
to be honest,
happens, man. That's the natural course of the universe, That's it, and that may be the way that it happens.
well, I think if people are looking to meet other dudists in Australia, I think like Dudeism Australia, you run the page, you're probably going to be contacted. Would you suggest if someone's interested in Dudeism, um, and want to meet with
Check
other
out
dudists,
Dudeism
what should they
Australia.
do?
Check out Dudeism Australia
Hmm.
on Facebook. We're
Yep.
just going into Instagram now. I'm trying to learn the
Awesome.
young people's social media stuff.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm.
It's different. It's different. And then Dudeism website, you can get ordained for free.
Yep.
You get your certificate. It's all you're an official member. It
Hmm.
doesn't cost you anything. There's books if you want to read them. Check out the movie, watch it with your friends,
Yeah.
and it honestly, it will. After that, let it happen. It will take care of itself. If
Amazing.
it resonates with you, it'll stay in your mind. You'll take another step forward towards it, and by the time you get there, it'll feel the most natural thing in the world. That's my sort of way of looking at Dudeism and how it works. I really think if you just let it be, it takes care of itself. It's a beautiful thing that way. It
Solid
really is.
advice, man. That was beautiful advice. Beautiful words. I want to know. I want to know, Russell. Have you heard of any other religions or philosophies that are inspired by movies? So there's Matrixism, there's Jediism, or maybe you've celebrated Festivus from Seinfeld or something like that. Have you ever
Yeah.
explored any other religions or philosophies based on pop culture?
Pop culture, yeah, definitely Festivus. I had a couple of, when Christmas gets a bit ridiculous, you just go, screw it, man. Let's get some Festivus festivities. Obviously, the Star Wars. Um, I'm not sure of too many others from. I know there's sort of cultural movements, but nothing as far as movie spawned religion, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, when you're watching the Big Lebowski as often as I am, I'm not watching other movies.
Yeah. No,
No.
there's the Matrixism is a very interesting one. It's based on a also another philosophy, and they include like taking acid, dropping acid as a sacrament. It's quite an interesting one, and but yeah, no, I just wanted to know if you'd ever come. So you obviously you know about Festivus. That I feel like Festivus kind of you can see how a Dudeist priest would might celebrate Festivus. They're not too far
Yeah,
apart.
yeah.
Um, so, how do you feel about? Have you ever come across? Because some people see Dudeism as something obviously quite sincere, especially with its relation to Taoism. But some people also see it as a bit of a piss take and a bit of a parody. How do you feel about Dudeism getting looked at as a parody? And also, have you discovered any other parody religions like Discordianism and the Church of the Subgenius and things like that?
I've been very interested and entertained by Pastafarianism with the strainer hats and
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
spaghetti monster, and I do like an ethos that doesn't take itself too seriously for sure. But I think like when it comes, I think the dude himself would have been pretty interested in things like the Matrix, religion, and some pop culture. I think he would have seen that.
Yeah.
He's got Eastern philosophy books in the background in his apartment in movies, and he does have a very
Right.
interest in sort of that vibe, and seems to latch on to people who have a strong personality and but still have this aura about them. And I think he would be fascinated with this kind of stuff
Mhm.
online, but whether or not he'd have a practical use for it, I couldn't say.
Interesting.
The dude is, he is the dude. He does what he does, and the the thing about it is he's just it's enough for him. He doesn't need anything else. He's not looking for answers in anything specifically. It's this, which is sort of how the Dudeism comes to be, because we see that in the story, and it resonates with us to the point where we feel it's real, and
Hmm.
it, in a sense, creates that thing. So I think he would be very interested in that, and that would feed into his worldview, which would influence how he behaves, and then ultimately what Dudeism would be. Um,
Yeah. Okay. That's a good answer. So we've talked about Lebowski Fest over in
mm,
America, and you've said that you get together with friends Is it on the what are the Buddhist holidays and rituals, and what are they called?
The it's I've drawn a blank on the day.
Yeah, oh, you're looking for the
Harry,
specific date.
you do. Essentially, it's in America. The movie came out in March or May, I think, and
Hmm.
in Australia it came out a little bit later,
Yeah.
almost a year later. Um, Basically, I think it's April. Is essentially I spend that entire month in a sort of Dudeist mindset, and
Oh, nice.
it's and just before Christmas too. This time of year when you've got family and work and everything's busy and everyone's hectic and it's a little heavy, man. Like it's good to just remind yourself that life goes on, man. Like
I like
just take
that.
it,
That's
take
almost
it.
like from a ceremonial, like magician sort of perspective, like an occultist perspective. That's almost doing like a month-long invocation of the dude.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah,
It
I fucking love that, man. I really love that.
works, man. It really does.
Like it's like
It,
it's like a deity meditation, but instead of like it being Shiva or somebody, it's Jeff Bridges in a fucking dressing gown. Like I love it.
there in front of you. So you watch it, you think about it, you feel it, it's all there. You don't have to ask it for permission. You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to be worthy. You just is, and you tap into it when you need to. That's the beauty of it.
That's amazing.
That's
I
the
wanted to ask Russell, what are your thoughts on the Eagles?
I do like Los Lobos do a cover of Hotel California in the movie, and that I will like. Uh,
Yeah.
the Eagles though, Joe Walsh is okay. Joe Walsh is okay. Life's been good to him, but
Amazing.
yeah, fuck the Eagles, man. My old man had a DVD. Oh, I'm happy if I never hear that shit again.
Very good. Man, this has been a great chat. It's been very illuminating. Thank you for being somebody in Australia that is being such a vocal voice for something that I think could benefit a lot of people. I think Dudeism is great. There are other pop culture, religions, philosophies, and cults that aren't so friendly and approachable.
Yeah.
Um, this one I feel like could be for everybody. Like I don't know anybody that wouldn't enjoy this religion or this philosophy. It's and if you don't like it, you're probably just a hater because it's just such a nice positive thing, man. Everybody that I've spoken to in this community has been really cool, really really
That,
cool.
that's the secret sauce, man. That's what makes it real. It's the people.
I love that,
It's
man.
vibe. It's
So,
there.
are you working on anything currently? So you said that you're doing a little bit of stuff behind the scenes with Dudeism, and are you working on a book or
I've got
anything?
lots of outs, a lot of have yous. I'm not doing anything um creative on a Dudeist front at the moment. I
Mhm.
do have other creative projects in the works.
Awesome. If you'd like to plug anything, even if it's not Dudeism related, like feel free right now, Russell. Like I actually, this will be the last question before you go. Do you have any parting words and anything that you'd like to plug for the audience?
Not really. Things will happen as they do, but I'm not in a hurry for any of it. So I'm not in a hurry to, if things happen, things happen. But the thing I'd like to just take away for people
Mhm.
is they're gonna we all get into parts of our lives where we feel stuck, frustrated, or lost, or hopeless, or something terrible, or inescapable, or we can't we can't deal with whatever's going on in our lives in that moment. Stop, take a moment, take a breath, have a drink, go bowling, watch the Big Lebowski, and just and just go with the flow. Like life, the universe is cool if you want it to be. It's cool if you let it be. Like open that world, open yourself up, and let that love in, and be open to it. It's the dude abides. It doesn't matter what situation he found himself in. He would center himself in some way and get through it and got a result out of it with, look, let's face it, an incredibly lazy man's level of effort. And that's powerful. That is
Hmm.
extremely powerful. And it's something that can be emulated. If you love the way that you do things and if things feel natural to you, they're not going to feel tiring. They're going to be nourishing. And you can do that and balance your stressful life at the same time. You
Yes.
can accomplish those things.
Yes.
So just the dude abides is the essential philosophy of the movie, of the religion, of everything. It's all good. It's all good. And if you need to make some changes, but do it. Do your thing.
I love
You
that.
don't think too much about it.
I love that.
Enjoy those moments, and life will continue on. It will, regardless whether you want it to or not, whether you like it or not. So just ride that wave. There'll be times where you're going to love it, and it's going to be beautiful, and that's what makes it worth it, man.
That's
That's
amazing,
my move.
dude. That was great. I think you in that last bit there too, you've summed up abiding and what that means is very, very succinctly as well. I just want to
Absolutely.
say before we go, Russell, you're an absolute legend, mate. I think we will definitely talk again in the future.
That'd be great, man. We're happy
And
to.
and yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show, man.